This Reverend Keys. How y'all doing? Hey, I got some bad news for you. Well, the first bad news is that Mr. Dickie Betts, the one of the founding members of the Allman Brothers Band and the guitar player, has passed away. And I believe he may have been the last original member of the Allman Brothers. I'd have to check on that, but he had been playing quite some time, ever since uh, the main people on there pass away, Greg and Dwayne. So anyway, I'm going to do a memorial for him. Okay, now and that would be a separate show. See my shirt, Reverend Keys. So anyway, it looks like things are doing pretty good for Rick in India, but unfortunately in his life, it's not going so well. So he heard about the death of Dickie Betts, and he became despondent again. If you guys are not familiar with what happened to him, Rick Keys has had a lot of issues here in the past month or so. Ever since his wonderful birthday at Coomber's Craft Wines in Osai, California, things have been going steadily downhill for him. So he broke a tooth apparently, and had to be without a tooth for quite some time. He's had sewage problems, or not sewage problems, drainage problems at his house at the Rick Keys Music Caravan Corporation headquarters here in Osai, California. So he's had issues with that. He's had issues with this computer, and remember he was sent to Ireland to be with Patty O'Keys by Dr. Keys, and actually Dr. Keys is still there. Dr. Keys this has decided not to come back to Osai, California, or America. He's a little upset with how Brandon, what he's done to the country of America. So he's decided he's going to stay in Ireland for a while, a little bit safer there. So him and Patty are there. However, while Dr. Keys was there, the main mission was Dr. Keys took Rick Keys to Ireland, to Dublin, Ireland, to be with, to kind of recover because he's had such bad luck. So anyway, Rick Keys is back, and he is almost getting back to normal, being able to do a couple shows that have done quite well, by the way. And by the way, see that Rick Keys? So he is the star of the show, Rick Keys. He's the patriarch. He has a whole family, Rick Keys family. I am one of them. I am Reverend Keys, in case this is the first time you've been watching. I don't know. But I am Reverend Keys, and God I trust, and God we trust. Almost the whole family, Rick Keys family, trusts and loves God and Jesus. However, there is maybe a couple like Dark Keys and some of the others, but anyway. So Rick Keys looked like he was recovering. He was sent back doing a show, and then what happened? Dr. Keys is staying there. However, remember, Rick Keys went with It Keys and with X Keys. So if you don't know, It Keys is we figured it out. It Keys is a non-binary. Not sure if the thing is a leprechaun, a human being, or an alien from outer space. And then the other one was X Keys, formerly What Keys. So X Keys and X Keys actually, because X Keys actually looks more like a Twitter bird, so a bird, but was not sure the thing because it was called What Keys. Thought it was a Twitter bird, a insect, or airplane, not sure. And then when Elon Musk changed the name of Twitter, it was no longer What Keys, he became X Keys. So anyway, so they were both in Ireland. In fact, by airmail, X Keys took It Keys to Ireland. So, but It Keys was having problems, if you recall in past episode. It Keys was down at the beach in Osai, California, just hanging out with Me Keys surfboard. By the way, there is Me Keys in the background. I got it right. There is Me Keys in the background. So anyway, Me Keys, if you didn't know, is a non-binary. Also, Me Keys not sure if the thing is a citizen of the United States, illegal immigrant, or an alien from outer space. All right, so that's Me Keys. He's out there surfing. He's got his wetsuit on. So anyway, so It Keys and are returned because what happened originally, remember I was telling you, I kind of lost pace there, but so It Keys was hanging out at the beaches in Osai, California with a surfboard looking for other pronouns, and he happened to see a shitload. I'm sorry, saw a bunch of other pronouns on the beaches of Oside in them. What do they call them? Thongs, not even string bikinis. He was saying that all he saw was skin. So anyway, It Keys was having issues with his penis. He thinks he got penal COVID. So anyway, so he's had like his, how shall I say, his penis has been hard and he can't get it to go back to normal. All right, so It Keys and X Keys, they're in Ireland with Rick Keys and Dr. Keys and Patio Keys, and I've been here by myself. Rick Keys came back. Excuse me. Dr. Keys is staying because he doesn't like Brandon government. And however, one of the things that Dr. Keys told It Keys that might solve his penal problem was to just go out and have sex with a pronoun. So apparently, It Keys started drinking again. He found some Bud Light. He started drinking again, and he was just partying up every pronoun he would see in the bars. He had to like have sex with them, and so anyway, but he still has the penal problem. It hasn't gone down yet, and but since Dr. Keys recommended that It Keys go out and have sex, it's been a nightmare. And Rick Keys just found out that It Keys is coming back to, hold on. It Keys is coming back to Osai, California. You can see X Keys is transporting It Keys back. And as you can see, It Keys, Dr. Keys seems to think he has some sort of genital COVID, so he didn't want to spread it to everyone here in Osai, California. So he's got a mask on, and actually, I was supposed to have a mask on. I'm sorry, I better put my mask on. All right, thank you. I was supposed to have a mask on, so I didn't get that genital COVID also. But in the interim, It Keys is hooked on Bud Light again. He's bringing it back with him. And guess what else he brought back with him? So, not sure who it was, but one of those pronouns gave It Keys crabs. So you can see the crabs are still attached to I guess that is the genital area that It Keys is trying to hold down with his hand because he can't control it anymore. It just stays hard all the time. So he got crabs from the pronouns, and it looks like, what else is happening over here? Oh yeah, it would just be, if the disease was just called crab, it wouldn't make any sense. So I had to have two crabs. Or let's see here. Okay, figure this out. Okay, so here's what's going on. So, we have a crabs invasion here in Osai, California. We got a drunk, I think he's a leprechaun, don't know what the hell he is. He's got his Irish glasses on. There's X Keys up there. And you can see Me Keys. He's all worried because it looks like the crabs are invading his brand new teardrop that he got by sewing. There he is. He's on his surfboard and he is racing over to his teardrop and see if he can stop that crab invasion that came from It Keys. And so what else is happening? So that's it. All right. Okay, so I am going to do, Reverend Keys, I am going to do a memorial, a more serious thing about Dickie Betts, guitar player. And actually, I found out that, well, I just read about it. Dickie wrote most of those wonderful songs of the Allman Brothers, and Greg sang most of them, which I didn't know either. And Dwayne was just a badass guitar player. Okay, so we do have Rick Keys one me since he's despondent again. So he knows now that It Keys is back. He's a drunk again, or a sot. It Keys is back, and crabs are spreading all through Osai, California. And he's like just in a really bad mood again. He's despondent. And normally, when he's despondent, he has Dr. Keys here. And Dr. Keys infuses some THC directly into his veins and makes him happier for a while. However, Dr. Keys is not here, and I don't know how to do it because I'm a man of God, and I wouldn't be doing that to my fellow brother in the Keys family. So, what else going on here? All right, so he wanted me, since he was so despondent, and he wanted me to tell you what he was going to play. So here we go. New music that hasn't made it to the RMR chart. He wanted to emphasize that. This one has been out. It's been out almost 6 weeks now. And it still hasn't made it to the RMR chart, but it was a late release where they actually only released it 2 weeks ago, but Rick Keys had it like 6 weeks ago. It's confusing. So this one is new, and it's called Lusty, JJ Gray, and Mofro. Lighting experts. Anyway, so Rick Keys said, yes, you can show my cock. So a Lusty, and there is a wonderful song in there. It's called Rooster. I think you'll really like. So a Lusty. And let's put this back on. And we're going to cover Rick's cock up again. All right. Here's a brand new one that just came out. Rick Estrin and the Nightcats. The hits keep coming. There's Rick Estrin there in the middle with the white jacket, the cool looking dude. There's Kid Anderson and the other two people I don't know offhand. I will have to look that up for you. Rick Estrin and Nightcat from Alligator Record Label, brand new. By the way, speaking of brand new, if you are brand new and you're from India and Pakistan, I guess I got some people from the Philippines now, and you've never seen me before, and this is the first time, then you know what? You will join 15,000 other new people, mostly from India, that like the Rick Keys Music Caravan on YouTube. And what you do is subscribe, of course, and you like it. I don't know what that does, but also one might as well do the whole thing. So you get into YouTube and then you subscribe, and then there's a bell. You clang that bell. That bell brings Rick Keys and me's and the whole family into your life on a regular basis. What else did I do? Oh, there's thumb icon. Make sure you do that. Help spread the good news of Rick Keys Music Caravan from Osai, California to Mumbai and Dublin. And what else did I do? Oh, there's a like, dislike. Make sure you like it. Definitely do not dislike right now because Rick Keys is already despondent. So like it. Maybe you can double like it. I don't know. All right. Here's one that Rick liked, and he just wanted to play it. It's a cool instrumental. And it actually made it being an instrumental to Rick Keys' top 2022 releases. So he thought that was worthy of play. The Matt Woods Band. Here's one. Rick Keys just saw Sugar Ray Rayford at Coomber's Craft Wine in Osai, California. And he bought a couple of CDs because that's what you should do when you watch a cool artist that's struggling. You buy their you buy their stuff. All right. So this is an older one, but it's a cool one. It's called The World That We Live In by Sugar Ray Rayford. Well, the world that we live in is smoking. It's like going up in flames right now. So that's probably appropriate. This one Rick really likes. There's a song on there, and it's called You're Well from Until the Sun. See that eye? if I was not a religious man or a godly man, I would be playing with you and hypnotizing you and saying, "Love the Rick Keys Music Caravan on YouTube," and then tell all your friends in India, especially in Mumbai and New Delhi, whichever city has the biggest population. Here's another cool one. This gentleman is actually he has cerebral palsy and amazing vocalist. I think you'll enjoy it. Johnny Wheels and the Swamp Donkeys. I was trying to figure out what Johnny Wheels meant, and I figured it out because he's in a wheelchair. Johnny Wheels. Rick Keys found this at a thrift store. He is a pretty thrifty guy. So he found this, didn't know who it was or what it was, and finally he found it in a pile of stuff and listened to it the other day and found out it's very, very good. Like every song on here is really good. The Black Pumas. So you're going to hear some of that. Maybe not a puma, but a cougar or even a panther. Samantha Fish, and we've gone from animals to fish. Samantha Fish, Rick Keys really liked this. There's a song on there he likes. Samantha Fish, he likes Samantha Fish a lot too. They're friends. All right, so anyway, that's Belle of the Woods, older CD. She has a newer release that came out in 2023, and she's been traveling about with this gentleman, Jess Dayton. So this is Samantha Fish and Jess E. Dayton, Death Wish Blues. Last but not least, Rick Keys told me that he saw Samantha Fish at Belly Up and got some live videos. And he also saw this gentleman from Roof Records, Eric Johansson, and they're together. Eric opened for Samantha, but at the very end, actually, Eric and Samantha played together, and there's a video of that. So anyway, continue watching the Rick Keys Music Caravan. I will be praying for him, and hopefully all of you out there that know Rick Keys personally. He's a troubled lad. He's got some issues, but he's really trying, and he loves blues music. He's kind of looking for like that perfect woman out there, and I think that's part of his issues too. He just doesn't seem to have any luck. He tells me that the women he really likes don't like him, and the ones that don't like him, are the ones that like him. He's not necessarily really thrilled, but anyway. So that's the poor Rick Keys dilemma. Hopefully you enjoy the show. If you do live in India, tell all your friends, family, everyone in India, because you do have a billion plus population. Actually, in India, Pakistan is starting to pick up too. So there could be this blues war of how many fans Rick Keys gets from those two overpopulated countries of both India and Pakistan. So stay tuned. Rick Keys Music Caravan. Did that wake you up? Rick Keys Music Caravan, hosted by Reverend Keys, coming up. I'm smiling under here, and may God bless you all. God loves you.